So here we are in sunny Tenterden. I've just been to the bank. Thank you. Nice of him, let me out. Yeah, so I've just been to the bank. I'll have a little run down to Hastings, and I'm on the Honda Pan-European, the st1300. She's a A6 model, 30,490 miles on the clock. Now this is March 2022, so the last day of this month was when I acquired it. Right, I've had it a year then, and when I bought it, it had 21,555, so I've done a few miles on it. So I've done a few additional things to this. It came with the heated grips, but I've put a ball mount down there if I want to put the sat nav on it. I've put a twin USB charger on here, Puig touring screen, got a slight tint to it. The reservoir here, emptied a clutch fluid last year. Me and the missus went up around Norfolk. Luckily enough it got back, but the safe cylinder down there in the engine was leaking clutch fluid. So I didn't bother having it repaired. I just had a whole new unit put in, brand new. Just put that screen up a little bit. No point mucking about really, to be honest with you. She runs a dream. Very comfortable, fantastic solo or with a pillion, doesn't matter. Never had one before, seen a few about. I had the FJR prior to this, and a Fireblade and an XV-st1300 Raw Star. Opted to get rid of those, and I bought this. And I have to say, I'm not very disappointed. ST I believe that's a Sport Tourer. Yeah, she can move, but I just plod around on her. No point in flashing it. Got a large tank, 29 litre. The one thing I have noticed with it, like when you look at like my Raw Star and the Fireblades and my GSX-14s and so forth and that, the one big difference along with the FJR that I had is you don't notice so much the fuel stops, because you just keep going, don't you? The FJR probably done about 250 miles between fill-ups. This I can get a little bit more. So I take it very easy, about 270, 280 out of it. So, very good, but on average, I fill up every half a tank, but I run this. It does run on E10, and it will do, and I have put it in here, but I tend to use the Super. I think it just gives it a bit more of a clean out, and I just think it's a little bit better for it. I certainly wouldn't leave it over the winter months with E10 in it, and I never did. Oh yeah, and I had a new battery on here, because the old one just died. But I didn't know when the last one was put on, so I opted to just put a new battery on it. The Iwasa, 140 or 50 quid. Yeah, that killed you. Oh, I went horizontal for a little while. Had to have a bit of a lay down. Took her out a couple of times since the winter. Start getting all lubed up, get the brakes running and so forth. But I had this in my shed anyway. It's never kept outside. Only in the summer months I might bung it out under the window or something. In the summer months, but other than that, it sits inside, covered up, in the warm and dry. It's got the Oxford oxidizer lead on there, which I've brought, because I don't know whether that had part of it with the battery, where it just sat there for a little bit. So from now on in the future, in the bits laid up or through the winter months, I will plug her in on the trickle. Thinking about putting in another ball mount up here on the side here. I think they're about £50 for the one on the side. And that way, I've got the Bagster tank cover and tank bag, and I keep my phone there. The idea is, what I'm thinking of is I'm going to put the phone or sat nav here and the other down here. Probably have the phone down there, be honest with you. I'll keep your sat nav up the top. I wouldn't mind doing I don't know, I live in Kent. I could do a Cornwall or Devon, something like that, maybe in Wales. I used to live in Wales for a while, lived up there for about 12 years. Up with Anglesey. I could move back, but at the present time I'm settled where I am. Well, take a look to in the future maybe. Me two girls, oh, you're moving back, we're coming with you. Oh, can't even get rid of them. And then there's my granddaughter. Oh my God, to do that, it isn't. Can't get rid of none of it. It's a lovely day, a bit breezy. A little bit, it's still chilly in the air. What do I want to do in the summer months, eh? There we are. So, which way I'm going to go? Could go along Salthurst and down through Sedlescombe, or could just hang a left and go that way. Both take you up to the ridge, the same place. You know what? I think I'll go along the Salthurst and come down through Sedlescombe. Quite nice that way. I just managed for this bike, I bought the Honda, the pannier inner bags, the official Honda ones. I got them off a place called Cohen Motorcycles, or Cohen Bay Motorcycles in North Wales. They're a Honda dealer. I phoned them up, said, what's the chances you've got any of these? Bear in mind that, you know, it's a discontinued vehicle now. And blow me, if he didn't have brand new ones, so I bought them, paid them over the phone, posted them down. Fantastic. So they're in the panniers. just like to keep it original. So the only thing I've got left to get now is the Honda top box bag. I'd like again, if I can, to get original, so I'm not rushing out to buy aftermarket third party ones. I'd like to keep it all in line. Also, this bike's got the full wing deflector kit. Obviously, like anything, you are going to get wind hit you to a degree, but it keeps a hell of a lot off. And that came with it. But on the full phone on this bike, the original owner was Honda Bournemouth, and then I believe it was a traffic officer down there brought this off of them for his own personal bike. And then a guy called Terry up in Bexley in Kent, I believe they were friends, they knew each other through the force obviously, he bought it for his own personal bike. But poor Tel, he'd had a couple of heart attacks and so forth, and his wife didn't like him riding the bike, and hence I bought it off of him. Like I say, she just purrs, absolutely whistles along. That's how with my FJR. I keep comparing it to the FJR 1300. I have to say the FJR is so much better styling. Power wise delivery, it would pee all over this, without a doubt. Smoother ride, I wouldn't say it is, I wouldn't say it isn't. I would say very much the same. Comfort wise, standard seats, I'd opt for the ST. My FJR, I did get an aftermarket seat for that, which was a little bit better, but you still had to get off every now and then, not to get your cheeks back in gear. This one, this has only got the standard seats. Now, I can sit on this a damn sight longer than I could the FJR. So comfort wise, yes, this is better standard. Got a much better screen, more weather protection, and in the rain, and I've been caught in the rain. I don't ride out in it, but if I get caught in it, that's another thing. But out in the rain, I've been caught out in it, and I have to say this was fantastic. I've got a little bit on my shoulders, a little bit on my elbows. I didn't really get it much elsewhere. So protection, brilliant, and you'll put that screen right up like the FJR, that goes up, keeps a lot off you as well. And the only thing I've noticed with the FJR compared to this, that down here where your yokes are, you've got a lot of road noise off an FJR. You don't seem to get half as much with the ST, so a lot quieter running. Hope that helps.